The white Kanban paint job, totally fine for a practice body, right guys? But when you hit the track or you want to just show off a cool RC car, having a custom paint job is what's going to do it. And the best way to make that happen is obviously with an airbrush. And we are going to check out a new airbrush system today from Upgrade RC. They were kind enough to send this over. And I got to be honest, usually I rock a Grex airbrush system. And those are pretty pricey, but this is a much less costly alternative. And just by looking at the system, it looks like a pretty good setup. So let's take a closer look at what Upgrade just came out with. So here's the complete Upgrade RC airbrush setup. You actually have to purchase these pieces individually, the compressor, the hose, and the airbrush. So let's say you already have one of these components, cuts down on cost a little bit, but let's check these things out a little bit closer. So the compressor, mini compressor, it's got some pretty good stats here. 1/5 horsepower, 57 PSI max. It's a oilless piston type setup. And what I really like about this is it comes with the water catch here. This is really important when spraying RC body, well, probably anything really, but RC bodies with the water-based paints, just having that extra water come through the system always wreaks havoc on bodies, but nice that they have the collector here. You have a pressure adjustment knob. You've got a pressure gauge on this, and I think this is pretty quiet. Hopefully the sound will come through on the audio. The hose, nice braided line setup, and then the dual action gravity feed airbrush, all metal of course. You've got a couple different cups that come in the box here. So you just got the open cup, large cup. I've got the medium cup on it, and it comes with a little pipette, so you could go squirt paint into the cup. I just squirt it out of the bottles, and we're gonna be using some Proline paints. They give you an extra adapter here if you already have a hose set up, but obviously I've got the Upgrade RC hose, and it's a pretty sweet airbrush, guys. I like that the cup screws into the top. They got a little lid for it. I actually probably won't use that. I never do because I'm just going as quick as possible when I'm painting. Like that they've got the stop on this. So what you could do is if you find the right setting, you adjust the stop on the back so you get that setting every time. And of course, you can regulate your pressure by pushing down on the button up top. Good looking airbrush, guys. I've had a lot of airbrushes. I mainly used a Grex airbrush again, but those are pretty expensive. And interested to see how this one works. So I've got a body already liquid masked. There it is, Proline body for the TLR tuned Arma Typhon. I've got a couple coats of liquid mask that's had plenty of time to dry. And all I'm gonna do is use a marking pen to mark out my design. I'll use an X-Acto knife to cut out that design, peel away the liquid mask, and we're gonna start airbrushing. Well, I just drew up some quick flames here. It's been a while since I've painted a body. I used to paint so many bodies for the magazines, even did a few box art bodies. Man, I got to get back into painting, but just moving along here to cutting out the liquid mask. Just got to slowly follow my lines here. Just letting the blade glide along, not picking it up unless I really have to. There we go. And we'll skip forward to when this is all cut out. All right, so I literally cut that out in 5 minutes, so it's not gonna be pretty, but this is a video about the airbrush itself. So now I'm just gonna go and pull the liquid mask off. Just take it nice and slow, especially since I went so quick. And yeah, I'm gonna start off with the main section. Even though it's gonna be yellow, I'm gonna have some blues in here too. And basically you just wanna make sure you back your lighter colors with either silver or white. So if you do spray a darker color, it's not gonna bleed through. And it looks like I didn't cut that enough, so what we'll do here, so we'll start on the back side of this loop, just pull the liquid mask up, and that'll break that point. There we go, so you can see, pulling off the liquid mask, and I'll just go finish up the rest of the body here. And we'll start spraying. Got all the liquid mask off the back side of the body. My color scheme is primarily yellow with some orange highlights. So the orange is gonna go around the outside of the flames. And then the rest of the body will be yellow. I'm gonna back it up with white. These are the Proline paints, obviously. But let's get this air compressor fired up, see how loud it is. That's not too bad. I put it on this mat here just so it doesn't walk around on my workbench. Normally I don't spray in my workshop. Go out to my garage, make sure you wear a mask when spraying, but let's check out the airbrush now. That's not too bad. All right, got a pretty good feel to it. Actually, I spray with this hand, so let's check this out. Air compressor's kicking on. Seems like it's maintaining a constant pressure. Yeah, so that works out well. I've got it set to 25 PSI right now. That's what I'm going to start off with. And let's get some paint in the system and start spraying. That looks kind of thick, to be honest with you. It's been sitting around for a while, so let's start over here and just do a test pass. See what kind of lines we get. Yeah, so that paint's pretty thick. I'm gonna have to go thin it down a little bit. Oh yeah, that's thinner now. Actually, I still had some water in it from when I cleaned it out, but yeah, this will work nicely now. All right, so I'm just gonna start off on the edges here and do my highlighting. Got all the orange highlights wrapped up, even went around the outside for a little extra flair there. Now it's time to go and spray the yellow. I actually wound up going up to 30 PSI because that's what the recommendation is here on the airbrush bottle from Proline. But for the larger area, I'm actually gonna bump it up to probably about 40 pounds and just blow through this area, get it all done nice and quick. There we go, the yellow's all set. Just gotta wait for that to dry. The fade's looking pretty good so far, and I'm gonna back it up with white next. Didn't even wash the yellow out of the cup, just went and dropped the white right into it. We're gonna back everything so it's nice and opaque. There's the white backer, and the fluorescent yellow is looking super bright, definitely like that. Now I'm gonna go and pull the flames off of the front, the liquid mask for the flames in the front, and once I get all this off, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and spray the fluorescent blue along the outside edges, and actually I'm gonna go and back just the tips of the flames with the purple after I do the blue, just so it kind of peeks through a little bit, and then I'm gonna back everything with white. Got the blue edging on the flames, and now I'm going to throw on that purple on the tips just to give it a little bit more depth. All right, guys, almost done. Got the purple in there. Now just going to spray the white on the front. There's the white in the front. So I started this at 11 a.m. It's now 12:37. So you can see in a little over an hour and a half, I've painted up a pretty cool looking body. Yeah, it's kind of basic, but you can see that with an airbrush system, you can achieve a really good look on an RC body pretty quick. Of course, it's got to take some practice, but I got to see how this looks. Let's pull the protective overspray film off. Wow, this stuff's stuck. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Just have to cut it out. It's got to look really good on the buggy. But yeah, the upgrade RC system, really good. I think it sprays pretty well. I can see that the water trap is working, so that is definitely a good thing to have. And it does a nice fine line. You know, you have to thin your paints a little bit. You got to play with things, but it does everything from a fine line to filling in the large areas really well. I think it's got plenty of pressure out of the mini air compressor. I did hear just a tiny little hiss out of the hose, so maybe that's just an O-ring that needs to get reseated in there. But definitely like the upgrade is expanding their lineup to give us all sorts of good stuff to enjoy the hobby. If you want links to any of this stuff, I'll have it in the video description below.